Hi everybody, welcome back to Generic Fun 95. I'm sorry I didn't make any videos for a couple weeks. I was with my niece, and she's a little kid, and we did a lot of fun things together. So I took a little break from production, but I'm back now. Anyway, tonight I want to talk to you about the circus. You know the circus, like with clowns and elephants and lions and tigers and other circus performers? Well, I could look up the circuses and... Alright, so... there's actually a circus... Do any circuses still exist? Yeah, they still do exist today. Now, the circuses, I think they've been around for over hundreds of years, and also clowns are pretty creepy. But other than clowns, there are other cool things to see. They're like circus animals, or ringmasters, or knife throwers, or high wire walkers. Yeah, I'm looking up some pictures right now. Don't worry, you don't see them. I can see that it's very dangerous too, and it takes a lot of skill and practice to accomplish it. Did I tell you that I was once a clown in the 4-H club? I really was when I was younger. I did juggling, but I never did any dangerous acts like tightrope or bike across on a high wire. I'm looking at a lot of circus pictures. Circus clowns! Yeah, there's a lot of circus clowns that I see. Circuses still exist today. Even when my niece was here, we were waiting for... I guess I can call him my dad now. We were waiting for my dad, and he was looking at I think he was looking at cows at the county fair. That's not too far from us. And it was also near the beach too, so we went swimming in the ocean afterwards. It was near the beach, near Bridgeport. So we went to Bridgeport and went swimming. Because it was also a very hot day today. Also, the fair is very expensive, and I'm sure it's expensive to go into the circus too. Also, when I was little, I went into the Greatest Show on Earth, which they don't do that anymore. And they let the circus animals retire. Now, I think I've heard some stories about people mistreating circus animals, but then I heard from my mom that they treat circus animals well. Like, they train them to do a show, but yet they still treat them nicely, so they could probably perform better. And then when they get old, they send them to Florida to retire. Which I don't think they have many circus animals anymore. Let's see, do they still have circus animals? Thousands of animals around the world are still used. Oh, they still are, but probably not in this country. Also, I'm going to look up a picture of what they looked like in the 1930s. Circus 1930. I'm looking at pictures of a circus from the 1930s. How about 30 clowns? See how they looked. Oh! One of them looks... Quite a few of them look really terrifying. At least the lady clowns don't look so bad. But the male clowns look so freaking creepy. Also, there's a commercial called Post Sugar Ice Crickles, and it's from the late 50s or early 60s. And man, that was horrifying. Like, I would never let my child go near that clown. I would never let anyone's child go near a clown, ever. Also, my niece has coulrophobia, which means fear of clowns. Like I showed you last fall around Halloween of a clown. I know some of you are scared of clowns. I'm going to make a post saying, are you asking if you're afraid of clowns? Also, there was a clown trend a few years ago, and luckily I never got chased by a clown. They're really just high schoolers messing around. Now I'm going to see what they would look like in 2023. They look a whole lot less creepy. Some of them are still creepy today. Well, they look less terrifying than they did back then. Also, something really mean that they have in the circus is freak shows, which means they take someone who has for example, they would take a special needs person or someone who was born with something out of the ordinary, which is not very nice. Thank God they don't do that anymore. For example, I'm looking at a picture of a child with hair growing all over his body and the face. There's one with conjoined twins. There's a fat lady. It's just mean. I don't know why they have freak shows. It's just mean. It's just sad and mean having a freak show. Jesus. Can't believe how mean people were back then. I don't know if they still have freak shows today. Let's also look that up. Do they still have freak shows today? I hope not. Oh no. Like, I'm a special needs person. I've told you in the past that I have autism. If they were to get a hold of me, they'd probably put me in the freak show. And they're trying to get strange people to listen to me scream or something. Also, if you remember from Monster House, Mr. Nevercracker's wife, Constance, who weighed over 600 pounds, they just put her there and called her a giantess. Hopefully they don't have it in this country anymore. Do they still have freak shows in the USA? Resurgence. They shouldn't have them anymore. They should be banned and outlawed. Because it's considered harassment. Not to mention, some people would do dangerous acts like go on a flying trapeze. Chances are they're going to fall off and break their head or crack their neck, which is very dangerous. But if you're a professional and you're careful, then that's something totally different. I would never be able to go on a flying trapeze. Yeah, I'm looking at a lot of Ringling Brothers, Burnham Bailey Circus. Circus Corti Althoff. And they probably have drag queens in the circus, too. And they pretty much do. Which they look similar to clowns, by the way. Except they like to perform. And some people ride elephants. Even the animals themselves can do tricks. Yeah, so many circuses are still out there to this day, but there's just not any nearby right now, and I don't really feel like going to any circus right now. Also, they have lots of junk food there. They have cotton candy and popcorn, and that's all I know of. Maybe hot dogs. But they're all tasty foods, but yet unhealthy. Also, I think I looked pretty scary when I was dressed up as a clown. Go away, not you, this pop-up. I know my antivirus works, thanks you very much. Also, there are other circus performers. I think I told you about the knife throwers, the acrobats, the dancers. Basically, they're there to entertain people, and they travel. And most circuses travel too. They go all around, wherever they're going. I know in my local neighborhood, when my mom was a kid, there was a circus in a baseball field, and people would go and, like, basically, if you get up early enough and you help out set up the circus, then you get you get to get in for free. Now, that was a pretty cool deal for people who loved the circus. But it was short-lived and it didn't last for very long. Even my aunt and uncle were there too. And yes, there are probably extremely creepy clowns there. Also, I was also kind of afraid of Santa at the mall when I was a kid. Oh, and did you see the Santa from A Christmas Story? Oh my god, he looked like a serial killer. No wonder all the kids were screaming and crying at him, because he looks so damn terrifying. The real Santa would never look so terrifying. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. This is about the circus and clowns. I haven't been to a circus since I was 10. Well, don't worry, we didn't take my niece to a circus because she hated clowns. And I'm kind of afraid of them too. And it's only 2 months away from Halloween time, which I don't want to talk about that. That's when things usually in the year start to get hellish for me, and I'm not joking either. I think that Halloween for me is like a warning that the year is going to go to hell after that, because there's a lot of Christmas shopping and Thanksgiving dinner. I don't want to talk about it. This is August right now. Even Bozo the Clown was creepy. And he also inspired Ronald McDonald. And also Ronald McDonald, played by Willard Scott, who also played Bozo the Clown. Willard Scott played the original Ronald McDonald. And he originally had a tray on his head. And, He had a tray on his stomach and gave out endless burgers and fries and milkshakes. And also on his head too, I'm assuming. Fun fact, Willard Scott got fired because he got fat. No joke either. He was getting they fired him because he was getting too fat, but luckily he lost weight by going to Subway. I'm very sorry, but that is true. That's what I've heard. Also, clowns have always terrified people throughout the years and decades. I'm going to look up when the first circus was ever created. When was the first circus ever created? (1768). Basically, it's over 250 years since they started the first circus. Philip Astley, 1742 to 1814, the founder of modern circus, staged a show in London in 1768 featuring trick horseback riding and live music. It was presented in a circular structure and named Astley's Amphitheater. Interesting. Wait, how about who was the first clown ever? It's Bozo, isn't it? Oh no, it's Joseph Grimaldi, 1805. Clowns have been around for 200 years, actually. Over 200 years. Even the first clown doesn't look that terrifying. Joseph Grimaldi. He doesn't look that terrifying at all. Alright, he looks a little more terrifying close up, but really not too bad. I know Ronald McDonald is also really creepy. Even the Ronald McDonald statue always startled me at McDonald's when I used to go there as a kid. Which I never go there anymore, because the food is bad. Also, maybe for some rare few of you watching right now, I'm probably not too many of you who are at retirement age watching this right now, but if any of you retired age people watching right now, and you might have been in a circus, like if you're a senior citizen age viewer and you've been in a circus, tell me about it. I'd like to learn about it. How you handled all that stuff, like the high wire or the ringmaster, or I don't know what that circus performer is that does something with the lions or tigers. Actually, come to think of it, I think doing something to the lions and tigers, those performers, I'm going to look up and see what that is. Circus performer who tames lions and tigers. What are they called? No, they're not magicians. I guess it's a circus performer that tames lions and tigers. Also, they probably use a whip, which is animal cruelty. So glad they don't do that anymore. I just don't know what they're called. I actually distinctly remember a Scooby-Doo episode where they were getting hypnotized by an evil clown, and Daphne was riding a unicycle on a bunch of elephants. I guess they were under the power of that evil clown. Also, the makeup is a pain. Even worse, makeup back then had lead in it, which caused lead poisoning, which was very bad back in the 1700s, but luckily they don't do that anymore. A lot of things are safer now. So I was very blessed to have safe clown makeup on me. Like if this was the 1700s, heck, this video wouldn't exist yet. Or hell, YouTube wouldn't even exist yet in the 1700s. And also back then, I would more likely be an author or an actor if I lived back in the 1700s. Anyway, that's all I have to say about the circus. I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.